Hello, hello. I think we're live.
We are.
We have to be. And we're doing it today because tomorrow I have to go in early. So, let me see. Where was I? Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. It is awesome to have every single one of you today. Today's Tuesday. Let me think. There's a lot of health stuff that we want to go over today, that's for sure.
Yeah, today is a good day for health because the box said so.
So you guys know that I was hired part-time, right? And it hasn't even been a full month yet. Wait, what's today? Today's been the first day of the full month, right? But 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, I got pulled aside by one of the supervisors to do some training, and the store manager looked at that supervisor and was like, "Hey, Lonnie, so did you talk to him about full-time position yet?" And the front end supervisor has already talked to me about that, and I already accepted. So I'm going to be full-time, apparently. They love my work, and what was it? Out of the 50 employees...
30. You said 30. 30 was hired, yeah.
30 employees. I was one of the first ones to get full-time position out of all of them. So.
And he walks in last week, and someone goes, "Congratulations, kid." And he's like,
For what?
For what? And they said, "You're employee of the month."
Cashier of the month.
Oh, cashier of the month, not employee of the month.
No,
okay.
Because employee of the month would be employee of the whole store, and I only know cashier right now. I don't know plumbing, I don't know hardware, I don't know garden, I don't know anything yet.
Nada. Outside of cashier, nada. So, Maria, hello. Baha girl, hello. And Sarah, you're driving home. Yay.
So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because now, since I'm at my full month, I can request certain days off. So I'm thinking of doing the Wednesdays, or do we want to change the day? So this is something that all of us should think about. So we can think which day would be best to start doing these videos. Is it Wednesday? Should we keep the Wednesday, or should we change it to a different day?
Let us talk about it with Dad over dinner.
Because I can't do weekends though. I can't request weekends off.
Okay.
But I can request weekdays. Certain weekdays.
Okay. Yeah. I know everyone loves him.
Lonnie was like, "Yeah, you're closing all week this week. I don't get you at all."
Ching, ching, ching goes the money tree.
Right?
The money tree, ching, money comes to me. Hey, so your dad had his review this morning.
Oh, how'd that go?
Jack sat down and he goes, "Well, everything's checked. There's nothing to critique. You're perfect. Here's your raise." Tell your wife I said hi. I'm like father, like son, like father, like father, like son. You two are very beautiful people. All right. So that is, that's a little bit of life going on in the Schultz family.
That's hilarious. Well, you're good to go. Bye. Here's your money. Peace.
Sarah says Tuesday or Wednesday sounds good to her. Thanks for your vote, babe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How
When is it bring your
everybody?
chicken to work day?
Oh, that video that I shared. Okay. Yeah, I would love to bring a chicken to work. But do you know how many dogs go through there? A lot. I've realized how many people. So if I was to do a percentage of 1 through 100% of people, about 75 to 78% of everyone that goes through there is veterans. Pretty interesting, right? I never knew how many veterans were really out there. There was a lot of veterans out there. A lot of people in the military, a lot of people that left the military. It's crazy. And a lot of them look really sick. Like they're not being taken care of. Even the ones that have the money to spend, they look like that they're basically almost on their deathbed. So there's a lot of things that are really needing to change. And Candy and I are seeing a lot of change in the food industry of ingredients and foods. So what is it that we're noticing? We're noticing that they're taking out some dyes, they're taking out some of the oils, and they're changing it with regular oils.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Coconut sugar instead of sugar. Um, Simple Mills, I think, right?
Simple Mills.
They're doing a lot of almond flour, staying away from the wheat. They add coconut sugar instead of sugar. We've been enjoying some of their products. There's still a lot of junk out there. It's pure poison.
Yeah. It's true.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't remember. But I did want to talk to you guys about the changes that I'm noticing with some shifts that I've created. Our dog, the Belgian Malinois.
I'll bring it back.
Okay. Hi, Deborah.
Hazel.
We enjoy just what being here with you too. Yeah, Sarah, there still is some bioengineered products. Okay, so our dog, back to her. I really thought she was dying, and I was talking to my husband, are we going to have to make the hard decision? She just kept getting bigger and bigger in her belly area, and I couldn't figure out what I wasn't doing or what else needed to be done. I was feeling hopeless and I was feeling frustrated, and she was obviously in pain. She was walking gingerly. So something was hurting. Hang on. So, I went to bed with that and I said, what do I need to know? What do I need to do? I need help. And that's when I went to bed. And when I woke up, I got the download to get onto Telegram and visit one of the groups that I'm a part of, which is Healing Your Pets. And I was looking, I was just scrolling, something caught my eye, and so I went to, what do you call that? The pin posts, and I just flipped through there until I came across ivermectin. And it was talking about the ivermectin, injectable ivermectin. Yeah. Let me show you. picture. So that's the 1% ivermectin. The tall one is 1,000 milliliters. That's what I just ordered. Because if I'm going to be going through this, I want a lot. Now, how do I want to do this? Parasites.
Did you want to send that picture to Telegram and I can
do that. Give me a minute, guys. Oh, I need to get on Telegram too.
Yeah.
Where do you want me to put it?
Personal.
Okay. There we go. So let me read to you what I read. Let's see, I'm skipping. It's talking about HeartGuard. They're saying HeartGuard is ivermectin.
So everyone can take a screenshot of that. There you go.
Since the daily drops dosing of ivermectin based on the animal's weight stays in the pet's body system for up to 48 hours, that is the reason for ceasing to use HeartGuard a couple of days before administering the 1 time per month HeartGuard medication. I just thought that was interesting. If HeartGuard is ivermectin and they're saying that stays in the body for 48 hours, that's pretty cool. That's a long shelf life. And then scrolling down, with daily small dosings of the 1% ivermectin liquid based on using 1 drop per every 5 pounds of your animal's weight on its food in the AM and PM feedings, you know you're giving his coverage with no breakthrough to worry about. For example, if your pet weighs 25 pounds, that would be 5 drops per day. So you would do 3 drops in the morning and 2 drops in the evening. Now, this is great information about my pets because this is what I started to do with Hazel. And her belly has gone down. And she's running and she's barking and things are improving very, very quickly. So I was missing dosage, the proper dosage. Now, what I've also done is figured that if we give 1 drop per every 5 pounds to your animal, I can take that across the board and apply that to me and my family. So that would be 1 drop per 5 pounds of me. And how much am I? 165? 165. So then I would calculate that. And then if I wanted to split it up, I could do that. Now, then I came across a video, I believe on Facebook, and this guy started talking about ivermectin. Visit my website. And I'm like, yeah, I want to know what he's having to say. So I played a video on his website, and he was talking about the ivermectin and how he takes it, and he opens up an empty capsule, squirts it in there. He says, now, people take an eraser size, and he showed what that looked like inside the capsule. He says, I just fill my whole capsule up, and I take that. And so now I'm putting all this together, right? He's using the paste, but I'm using the 1%. I do have the paste. I can do that as well. And I want to tell you why I'm switching up from the 12 milligram tabs. Not that I won't take them anymore, but there's something that Kidd said to me that I really paid attention to. And he goes, Mom, when I take the 12 milligram ivermectin, I'm not noticing any difference. So when I take the paste, I'm feeling die off. And I'm like, did they water that stuff out? What if they watered it out? So now, that's why I did the switch, the 1% injectable ivermectin.
Or everybody's body is different
It could be that too.
and it processes it differently.
Yeah, it could be that too.
Because
Think
there
about
are, if you think about it, here in America, they have done what to our food? They have really messed with our food, which are messed with our systems, which means we have to take more than what is dosed. In all honesty, to get deeper into the cells, because they has created layer by layer by layer. It's like onions. They have just created layers of all this toxin and toxicity that nothing can really get inside of it. It's given it so much shielding that we have to figure out how to get through it first. Which is why the detoxing before you go on to the paste and the parasite cleanse is very important, because if you get rid of the heavy metals, you get rid of their food system. You get rid of their food system, they start starving, they start coming out of the, what do you call that? Biofilm that they're hiding under. Because ivermectin can't get through biofilm unless the biofilm is taken care of first. And what feeds biofilm? Metals.
Transparent aluminum. Okay, so you can get droppers off of Amazon, your local health store, I don't know where else, but they're not that expensive. So I just took a dropper bottle and poured some ivermectin, the 1% in there, and that's how I do my drops. 1, 2, 3. You get it, right? In the capsule, and then I swallow that. So I'm testing that to see how it's doing and what's going to be happening. But here's the other thing that I questioned, and that is, people are saying that taking ivermectin is healing their diabetes. Why am I not noticing a difference in that? And that's another reason why I'm shifting what kind of ivermectin I'm taking, because I am not seeing that yet. And then dosage is important too, right? Got to have the right dosage if you're going to get those little boogers.
And Lee also said I OD'd my dog by giving it to her every day. Talking about the ivermectin.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what does that look like? Because, of course we don't want to OD, but did you really OD, or was your dog having severe, what do you call that? Hexamire reaction to the die-off. Is that possible?
It's kind of possible, like the healing crisis that we go through. It could have went through a healing crisis at that time.
Yeah.
It sent it into a healing crisis, so that's a big possibility. And doctors don't know how to take that into consideration. They're like, "Oh, you're going through cancer." Spell.
So I don't remember where I read this. I don't know if it was on the Telegram pet page or something else, but they said also take some, oh my gosh, activated charcoal, so that it pulls the poisons and the parasites and the stuff out of the system. That's what I have not started with Hazel yet, so I need to start that. I know we've got capsules I could give her.
Wait, of what again?
Activated charcoal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I could just pour that in her food too.
Yeah, I would say so. Just mix it in with the milk and the yogurt before you put it into the food.
Black milk, yum.
Yeah.
She won't taste the difference. It's got no
They
flavor,
are
really.
colorblind.
Yeah, right. Right?
Dogs can't see shit.
All right, so we'll keep you updated on that and how that goes for us. And where I got this from?
Oh, I've heard about that too, Baha. Cloves are really good for the parasites as well, yeah. HeartlandVetSupply.com. Heart
HEART, land, vetsupply.com.
Oh, that's on the picture.
On the picture, yeah. Let's see.
Right.
Now, my husband, yeah, he's a little over 60, but still he should not be looking so tired and draggy. And I'm working on that. What is he missing? What does he need to bring life back into his body? So I came across a video, and the person said, for a man, if he is lacking testosterone, then he is losing life.
There we go.
And I was evaluating my husband and knew that he needed testosterone. So I've got him and Kidd on it. And I'm even taking a little bit because I read a testimonial of a woman. She's like, I was just giving it to my husband. And I thought, why not give it a try? Both male and female have both male and female hormones, right? And she said she had increased energy and other things regarding this. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it a try also. So all of us have been on the testes. I get it from Amazon. Ancestral is called MoFo, and that has testicle, prostate, heart, liver, and bone marrow. And then I also get Primal, which is just the testes. Now, what it's saying that it does is it works on energy and drive, cardiovascular, and mitochondrial health. Mitochondria, as we learned from ASEA, is just hugely important. Not just ASEA, but methylene blue too. It works on immune system, cartilage and joint health, collagen. Those are all super important, and I see some of all of that with both of these men and myself too. And he's been on it for about 3 weeks now, right?
He as in me?
As in Dad?
As in Dad, okay.
Oh, you guys started at the same time, so yeah.
So yeah, I don't know about Dad. I haven't noticed really much difference other than he's spending more time with the family, he's spending more time with the dogs and the animals. He's doing a little bit more than just sitting down and watching TV. But as for me, I have a whole lot more energy. I'm doing a whole lot better, you could say. My mind is not as foggy as it used to be when I would say it's doing a lot for me.
So last night, your dad crawled into bed at like 1:30, and I said, you're getting to bed really late. What time do you have to be up? He said 4. And I said, will that be enough sleep? He goes, yeah. And I said, you didn't get a nap today? He goes, nope. I said, are you tired? He goes, I can sleep. That's a first. He would always come home and take a nap, right? And he would sleep for 4 or 5 hours. Get up, do a few things, and then come to bed.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday, there was no nap. And he was still going strong. That's incredible.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Yeah.
We get stuff from Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Let me grab a picture of it so I can share it for them. Excuse me. This one, right?
That is the pure testosterone, and then the other one is the testes with the prostate, heart, liver, and bone. I give both. You want me to send the other one?
No, I got it.
Okay. Okay, so let's get into the word cancer. Before I get into what I want to talk about it. When you hear the word cancer, tell me what comes to your mind. So I'm going to wait until you guys give me some answers.
The mofo, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Hey, Michael. So what is cancer? What do you think or feel when you hear the word cancer? Or what comes to you about cancer?
Hate. Basically.
So Baha says death. Mm-hmm. Hey, Boots. Anger, bad diet, unresolved issues. Lee says not happening. Mm-hmm. Seed oils. Mm-hmm. And parasites. Yeah. Okay, so cancer is a spell. If you think about it, we know what cancer is, yet when a doctor says to you, well, you've got cancer, fear grips you. Let me see. When fear happens, it shuts down your brain, it shuts down your emotions, it shuts down your ability to connect to spirit, it cripples the immune system, paralyzes hope. And it's a tool used against us. Not healing, but cancer is a tool to make money off of you, to put you on the wheel and help you to die faster. So we need to obliterate that spell from our lives and from those that we encounter and talk to, whether we know them a lot or a little. Yes, Linda, surgeries too. And so many testimonials are being posted on Facebook and X about ivermectin, fembenzidol combination, ivermectin, membenzidol combination curing the cancer. Sometimes the doctor will give chemo with it. And did you know, from what I was reading, it says that ivermectin protects the body from the destruction of chemo if chemo is needed. So I thought that was really, really interesting. We were giving you ivermectin while you were doing your chemo too, weren't we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Maria, 2017 is a long time. But you know, I'm watching my dog lose that bloat in her gut as I'm giving her ivermectin. And let me share what actually happened. And I can't even explain this. But when I did the math, she's 80 pounds and 1 drop for every 5 pounds. I have no idea how I calculated 40 drops. So I gave her 40 drops of ivermectin in the morning and 40 drops in the evening. And I did that 3 times, so morning, noon, and then the next morning. And then I came back to it because all of a sudden it's like I can't remember, what was that? So I had to go look it up again. And I realized my mistake, and I felt really bad. And so I said, Kid, this is what happened. And he said, I just love him so much. He said, Mom, was that really a mistake? Or were you following the guidance, the guidance from the team? And I went, oh my gosh. Why is it that the first place I go is bad candy? You made a mistake. Instead of trusting the intuitive process. And so, you know, when you take a Z-Pack, you take 2 the first day and then 1 every other day because, you know, they want to punch that bacteria, right? So that's what needed to be done for her. And that's how I was guided. And then it was time to stop the punch and time to go into the regular. And so now she's taking 8 in the morning and 8 in the evening, which is what it's
16 drops.
It's supposed to be. And she's continuing to improve. But I wanted to get back to what Lee said. Lee, do you think that, I didn't see if you answered, but do you think that that could have been a Hexamaya reaction with your dog? Bad girl, not milk, right? That's exactly where I went.
Yeah, so that first 16 drops was really needed in the beginning because the star said, remember,
40 drops.
well, whatever it was, that you really needed to get into the system the very first time. Remember, during the ivermectin protocols, they have you on like so many pills. Same thing with the Z-Pack. When you are trying to get rid of a certain dis-ease within the body, they give you 2 pills, and then they're like 1 pill every day afterwards. Mm-hmm. So this was the 2 pills.
Yeah.
To get right into where it's needed so they can start dying off.
Yeah.
And then you just keep up the regimen.
Well, see, what happens when you do something like that and you're not looking at it in a spiritual sense, like Kidd helped me to look right away. Fear comes in, and you know what fear does is it pulls you right into the 3D matrix.
It's a trap.
It is. It's a spell. Cancer is not the only spell. It's we make mistakes. We're a bad girl. We're a bad boy. We did something wrong. Instead of looking at it spiritually.
Well, we have to remember the matrix is dying, which means it's fighting back in every way possible. So the more it can keep you in the 3D reality, the more food it's going to have. Loosh. That's what feeds the matrix. It's not feeding the people, it's feeding the matrix. It's not feeding the reptilians. The feeding the reptilians is our blood. The matrix feeds off of the loosh, is what's keeping it alive. Hence why they're using so many political wars. They're using so many Gaza wars, so many wars outside of America to make America go, oh my God! Loosh. Feeds the matrix.
She wants it in the chat. I can do it.
Yeah, you can do that? Okay, well, here's the picture, so you guys could take a screenshot of that too. So it's the grass-fed testes and the mofo. Mofo! I just came up with that and put it together really fast. But we get both of those on Amazon. I've been noticing that there's a lot of anger that's been coming up. A lot of people have been coming into Home Depot with attitudes. There was a fight that almost broke out just the other day while I was working because of how high intense the energy was. Thank God it didn't happen though. We have to be those warriors of light right now, those warriors of shadow. Whatever that we need to be, we need to stand strong because it's going to be getting a little bit harder from here. Baha says, thanks, I won't tell my husband what the beef testes is.
Yeah.
I almost didn't take them because of that too.
Are you grossed out?
No, not anymore. But I was at one point. But if you think about it, apparently I drink it in my energy drinks. Isn't that what taurine is? Like,
No.
taurine comes from like the testes of a bull.
I don't think so. Taurine's for the eyes. For eyes for cats and dogs. I can't
Well, I've been
think-
hearing all sorts of different stuff about taurine.
Maybe you ought to look it up.
Piss and bull something, and it comes from the bull testes. Just like that one scent that they use, that's beaver butt juice. What was it? Vanilla? Is it vanilla that's beaver butt juice? I think so, right? Do you know what CBG is for my cat? Calm down for grooming. And I just noticed black flea-like dots on her tail. Do you know what it is? Not outside, so no fleas. Ew. I wouldn't know what the black dots are, but what is the CBG? Do you know? CBG for cats. Oh, it's a cannabis. Hemp marijuana is being explored for potential benefits in cats. While not a substitute for veterinary care, CBG may offer support for overall wellness. Seems natural. Never tried it though. A lot of cats are very sensitive to a lot of things, like essential oils. The list for cats is much smaller than the list for dogs. I wouldn't know about marijuana, CBG, CBD, THC, or any of those for cats, though.
Yeah, Baja, that sucks. It's really terrible to see the men struggling so much. It's almost like, oh, his face, the skin on his face was looking saggy. That's another thing I noticed too. It was really bothering me because that's not healthy. And now his skin is looking taut and the figure of his V is coming back. He's looking really, really hot. What?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. Sarah, as for the black dots, those are probably flea poops. Flea poops are black dots, right? So it
Black or red?
could be flea poops. You probably won't notice them at first until they start really producing a lot of fleas. But you might want to take some precautions at the moment.
Coconut oil rubbed on the fur and into the skin, that kills fleas like that. That was the most amazing thing we found out, right? Yeah, that changed everything.
Well, not really. It changed a lot, but what really changed was the essential oils that we put together.
For the
spraying the
carpets?
whole house. That's what changed everything.
Yeah, that too, huh? Yeah.
Because we did the coconut for how many days until we sprayed, and then 2 days later, after the spraying of
And
both
vacuuming.
days, they were gone. I might have to still have the list. I don't know.
So you know those Belgian Malinois that the military use? They fly out of planes and fly out of helicopters, and they tackle people. They climb a wall and jump something and grab something really high up. They've got no fear. That is not my Belgian Malinois. She is now like, you put medicine in my food, and she just looks at me like, I'm not eating this. And so I pick it up and give it to her, and then she eats it. And I'm like, you're such a princess. Ooh.
We didn't have fleas on our dogs either, huh? They were just on all the cats, weren't they?
No, the dogs were loaded.
Were they? Because she says that her dog does not have fleas, so it might just have been a small little outbreak and then they died off, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard to say. What else would the black dots on the cat's tail be? Would you know? Anybody else have any insight?
It's something just on the tail.
That's what Sarah said. Something
Sarah,
about-
is there any type of rash?
I just noticed black fleas like dots on her tail. Do you know what it is? Not outside, so no fleas? Question mark. I don't know.
Yeah, it can be flea poop. So fleas take a shit and then move elsewhere so you can't see them.
Bye.
Such a pain in the ass.
Hi, Victoria. Hi, PJ.
Hey, Thomas.
PJ says dandelions, and to be honest, these doctors hinder your heart when that comes out of their whatever comes out of their mouth. Me, I don't want to know. Just keep detoxing and watch what you eat.
Yeah. Sometimes that's just. I know that about 3 days ago, I was starting to feel overwhelmed, and so I stopped looking at all the things on X, Facebook. Just had to get away from all the electronics and just be with me.
So,
That's interesting, Sarah.
Thomas Ziegler, remember what he said the last time?
Yeah.
The reason why he said that is because of this. Guess who that is? Ziegler. Rachel Ziegler. Ziegler.
I see her.
Snow White.
Oh,
The bitch.
okay.
I think that's what he meant. Maybe. Because he has basically the same last name, Ziegler.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, D. Hi. Yes, I do agree, Lee. I love the Equalizer with Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah's amazing. Who here has seen the TikTok of people actually diving into the waters of Antarctica? I was watching a video just the other day, and it showed. No, today's Tuesday. it showed people diving in Antarctica and everything was upside down. I want to show you guys really fast. Let me see. This one, right? Yes, this one.
What I wish I knew before diving in Antarctica. Gravity isn't always what it seems. Sometimes, the truth is stranger than any movie. Ready for a mind-bending discovery? Imagine diving deep under the Antarctic ice, feeling the chill and the darkness pressing in. But then, suddenly, you find a place where down feels like up, and gravity seems to change its mind. That's exactly what happened to this group of daring explorers. At the very bottom, they found a thick sheet of ice with mysterious light shining from the other side. They drilled right through, and what they found was unreal. Underwater, they could sit as if gravity worked sideways, and even scoop water into wheelbarrows. Yes, underwater wheelbarrows. If you could explore this upside-down world,
really
what would you
interesting.
want to see? Drop your wildest questions in the comments.
As above, so below. What is how it is up, so it is down, how it is down, so it is up.
That's freaking hilarious.
And their wheelbarrow they just let their wheelbarrow just drop to the bottom of the water.
That's wild.
Interesting, right? That kind of reminds me of the
right back.
mystery spot in California. You remember that? That place was crazy. Now, there was another video of spirits and objects. This guy is warning everybody to pay attention to what you buy over at a secondhand store or a garage sale or wherever that you go, because spirits and objects. Yes, I know. We know, Thomas, we know. Watch this guy.
Obviously, spirits can attach themselves to objects. Take a look at this.
Just doing a quick run around of Goodwill.
Can you guys hear that?
As you can see, some of the items still have attachments, but keep in mind that the SLS detector is designed to read the body figure of a human being. So, although it may be imperfect, it is known for its accuracy when there's nothing in sight. So, I mean, I guess I could see how those kind of have a human shape to them. Like I said, I am showing people that there are attachments to objects, whether you like it or not. If you found it in a yard sale, if you found it in a used store or a consignment store, there is an attachment to it, because who knows what they did in their lifetime, you know? There you go. Oh yeah, I love when my camera gets blurry. That means I hit a really good spot. Nobody's in front of me and it's trying to auto adjust. That means I found something. Nice. There you go. You see that blur? Yep. Oh yeah. Ask any paranormal researcher, they'll tell you. Once your equipment starts going out of what's normally planned, there you go. Yes. This is gold right here. Wow. All this shit is tainted. God damn, man. Just be careful. careful what you buy, people. Peace. Take care of yourselves.
So that's one reason why to be very careful when you are not just what do you call that? Buying stuff from secondhand stores, but doing exchanges, because there is a Doctor Who that shows how people are going to be bargaining. So when you bargain for something or buy something, you don't buy something with gold, silver, or anything like that. You buy something with something that's valuable to you, something that has equivalent value. So they would put the object in the hand or put it in front of them, and they would wave their hand on top of it to feel the energy. And if it matches the same energy as what you are getting from that person, then, or from that being, then you are able to purchase that item. So same thing with all these other items. They are full of people's energies, not just spirits, but of the other people's energies and whoever also made that object as well. So if you ever buy something, even from a store, it's still going to have a spirit-like being to it, which is why it's very important to start clearing your objects before you leave the store, or finding out which object is there for you that you should be buying, and not just willy-nilly picking.
Now there are some spirits, some objects with spirits that you need to specifically clear, but there are many times that your energy can be high enough that it will automatically clear it.
And yes, Baha, yes, you could clear the energy from the objects, most definitely.
Tanika, you're so funny.
What'd you say?
Candy, any more new foreign objects ejecting lately? I won't ask you about pics today. Just had to ask.
So that's what came over my feed the last couple of days, is being very careful with that. Because I'm noticing a lot of objects leaving Home Depot, and they're full of different sorts of energies. And sometimes I want to help the person, and sometimes I don't. And there's a lot of times I do not want to help people because I'm at the assistant checkout, not the full-on checkout. So I get to pick and choose who I help out or not.
Sarah, back to you. There are just very strange things. My cat she had, I guess they were mites, I don't know, but she had like clusters of scabs around her neck, and I got them all gone. Well, this morning I found 2 more, and that leaves little red or black dots on her and in places that she rests to drink water. I see them there too. So it's probably something living, whatever it is. But of course, to be careful with Dawn soap. But a little bit of Dawn soap would remove what's it called? The
protective oils on the fleas or mites or whatever.
Right, so that you can kill them with ivermectin. Mm-hmm. And,
so scrub-a-dub-dub.
And don't forget, there's the ivermectin drench, which I use. I dilute mine with some water and then spray her with that.
So you guys remember all those movies with kind of like, what is the one with the 3 witches? Hocus Pocus.
Oh, yeah.
Remember how they can't cross onto consecrated ground?
Yeah.
Or they can't cross salt?
Right.
They can't cross purified salt. cleansed salt from somebody that has done a cleansing ritual. So if anyone wants to do a cleansing ritual and put it in their front door on the outside, every time that you bring an object through, it cleanses the items as well. And during that time, there is a point in time where the salt will be broken, and if you see it broken, that means that there was something that was really strong that the salt can't cleanse.
Well, there's our funky neighbor again, pouring salt everywhere.
Well, it just has to be like even under the mat. Nobody has to see it.
Yeah, I'm just like this thing is playing in my head, you know, where someone who doesn't understand this stuff sees your neighbor like throwing salt on the front, or if you live in an apartment complex, right? Like when I was growing up, we lived in an apartment complex. People would come up the stairs and walk past our door to get to theirs. So you'd want to put salt, you know, where they would walk because they're walking right in front of your door. So there's a lot of places like that people live too.
It's true. Very true. He has black dirt blobs in his ear. Ew.
That could be ear mites. And ivermectin should help with that too.
D says, I mentioned... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But be careful of the strength of the ivermectin. You don't want it too weak, but you don't want it so strong that it hurts the ears or the eardrums.
D says, I mentioned the ivermectin paste to my vet. Then she went on the usual lecture on not enough studies to prove that it works.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I know.
Then she hasn't read what we've read. Because
There's not enough studies.
there's been awards given for ivermectin because of how amazing it is. I mean, come on, doctor, you've been sleeping under a rock?
Well, maybe that doctor isn't real. Maybe that doctor is part of the Matrix.
Yeah. Did you think about that
So
too?
it's an NPC that is saying the usual stuff because the program hasn't been reset yet.
Right? I know.
Because we don't hang out with those people. Well, we saw my doctor at Chuck's, right? But he kind of seemed to have gone off a script. If you think about it. I don't think any of them are really real. There might be a few real ones out there, but most of them, you're not going to find them.
Yeah, he did sort of seem NPC-ish, huh?
Mm-hmm. Sue says only 70 years worth.
So I was looking through my phone.
Wait, what was the question? QQ is yard sandy or dirty sand or any of the such because that could be what's causing the problem with your cat. Oh. Well, if you think about it, mites and fleas do like to live in sand, right?
Mm-hmm.
In sandy areas.
Oh, they do.
So
Absolutely.
I wouldn't doubt that at all. So if you have a sandy area, wouldn't it be better if you put that lime stuff, right? Like for the chickens? The limestone?
Maybe, yeah. Okay, so you guys remember Dr. Muggsy, Sam Muggsy? She posted a protocol for gums. She says that this recipe, along with brushing my teeth with the ivermectin horse paste, is repairing my receding gums. Dr. Sam Muggsy says anytime you have plaque on your teeth, it means there is an infection there. I'm following the below protocol and my gums are growing back. Mouthwash recipe. 60 and 20 ounce distilled water, 2 teaspoons borax powder, 2 teaspoons menthol, 4 to 6 teaspoons baking soda, Kaleido Silver, Kaleido Gold, and minerals. We have that up on the WordPress, by the way. I think under protocols. What?
This. You didn't pronunciate a certain letter, so it sounded like you said blow instead of below. Blow. Blow.
Hilarious.
The blow protocol, okay. There's the protocol.
Sarah says, now I feel all itchy. Yeah.
Lee says, my other half, I think, is NPC, unfortunately. There's so many NPCs out there, we don't know who is an NPC and who isn't. Oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for.
Excuse me.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things that we do not understand at the moment. And Thomas says, guys, my mouth is talking faster than my brain. Please disregard any questions for me.
Thomas. So funny.
Sounds like me over at work.
It sounds like me right now. A blow.
Oh my goodness gracious. This reset can't come soon enough. Dang, I choose health over anything, right, Bob? I completely understand. Menthol is illegal in California. Well, now it is. I remember when they made that illegal. So,
Really?
It was when I was smoking cigarettes, and I loved my menthol, my Camel menthols. But they were completely gone. He's not around sand. His litter is pellets. Still could come from anywhere from outside, so can't really disregard anything really. So I would just say take whatever necessary precautions that your heart is telling you that you need to follow.
Oh, Baha girl. I got you, girl. Man, it's so
What?
true.
Oh,
She says I'm going broke just trying to get healthy. Everyone feels that.
it's a burden. It feels like a burden. Oh, cancel. Delete all that. Delete.
Delete.
It has come to our attention that it has become a traveling journey to become healthy.
A traveling journey.
That's me for you.
I think travel and journey are kind of the same word, right?
Yeah, but it's a traveling journey. It's like it's a double journey within itself. You travel there to go on a journey, and then you travel some more. Oh. Last vet appointment was to die 2.5 years ago. Still going strong, just thin now, no more vets.
Dynamite? Seriously?
What happened?
He says I almost ended up in jail because of ivermectin sheep drench. Wait a minute, what country are you in?
Apparently America.
So
Because only Americans would do that.
so you know what I was reading on X? When Trump signed that EO saying that they can confiscate everything from those who are into child trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the owners of different countries are into all of that. So they confiscate and now own the countries, and they're going to be part of us.
Wow. So I just saw on TikTok people saying that they are doing sting operations of getting child pornography by having somebody go into the black markets and buy child porn. They bought over 6 terabytes of child porn for only $600. Mm-hmm. And all that child porn has what? IP addresses, faces. It has everything that they need. Think about it.
Well, when you said it's not the big people that we see, it's the teachers, the neighbors, the friends,
It's the people that you know that are going to shock the world.
the grandpas. My
Love you too, Jill.
my mother told me once, she said to me, your uncle's going to take you to visit blah, blah, blah. Do not let him come anywhere near your body, because he was known for hanky-panky with the kids. I mean, we all grew up with people that did shit like that. So, yeah, they're going to get them all.
Fire for Righteousness says, for pets, I hope you don't mind me sharing a YouTube channel called Veterinary Secrets by Dr. Jones. It could be yeast in the ears, the black junk in the pet's ears, colloidal silver, great info channel. Thank you for that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, of course we don't mind you sharing that.
Not at all. Wait, where'd it go?
It's right here. It is called Veterinary Secrets by Dr. Jones.
How do you spell veterinary?
Veterinary Secrets. SECRETS BYDR.JONES.
Thank you for that bit of knowledge. I had no idea that yeast could look like that. I know, Lee. It's really yucky, isn't it? Terrible.
Yeah, it's... Well, think about it. It's just going to get worse from here because everyone here knows that they closed the prison of Alcatraz, right? In 1962? Was it 1962? I think it was 1962. And Trump just ordered it to be reopened.
Well,
so, what's there in Alcatraz to hide? Think about it. Candy said the tunnels for the kids to travel, to move the kids around, right? But everything is a con.
What if you said, what if there's a portal there?
Think about it. Everything is a con. Tunnels doesn't really just mean tunnels. It could mean portals. Portals from one area to another. That could be directly connected to the portal of Saturn, the prison planet. Why is there a ring around Saturn? That's the ring to disrupt all energies coming in and going out of the place. Only one way in, one way out of Saturn. And there's more than one ring. There's rings upon rings upon rings, but it doesn't just go one way. There's an invisible ring going the other way too. And that's what makes the bubble. The bubble. So one way in, one way out. Think what we just watched. Jupiter. Jupiter ascending. When they went into that planet, all those clouds separated and then closed. One way in, one way out. Same thing with Saturn. One way in, one way out.
I am within myself convinced that things like Jupiter ascending is like a documentary. It's really true. All that stuff is just true. Hey, Stymie. Alfonso Capone was housed there. So, who was
that sounds
it?
very familiar.
Someone said he lost his, Dr. Jones lost his veterinary license. Baja Girl did. Well, then, more power to him, because now he can't be criticized under jurisdiction of their laws, probably. The Queen of England owning them, right?
I think it's made up of glass and also gemstones. Certain gemstones that are making certain frequencies.
All right, so we'll let you know about future dates for our lives based on his work and when we're gonna do it.
Because we'll figure that out first. And then I will request that day to be off so I can get that day off whenever, every week, if possible.
That's pretty special. You've only got 2 days off in a week, and one of those days you want to spend with the family.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really special.
Because I'll be working from either 8, 9, or 10 in the morning to 4, 5, or 6 in the afternoon. So I'm the day shift.
Maria, what do you mean? Did you forget about me?
Yeah, the cards. I told her that I'll read for her sister.
Oh,
Because apparently the doctor said that she only has 6 months left, and she feels it's not set in stone.
oh.
So I'm gonna do one really fast. See what the cards have to say with that. Mm. Well, it looks like that you're going to be having some news by August or September. What type of news? Joyful news.
That's a good thing.
Just a minute. Not done yet. Of course, there's more. Always more. Gimme. There is going to be a little bit of despair, insecurity, discouragement, and faithlessness through this transition that's going to be happening. And it's not the transition that you're thinking of, that she's leaving. I'm thinking of a different transition as things are going to transpire within your experience, because you have also the wheel of change, and the wheel of change is all about change, destiny, turning point, and good luck. So there is going to be a turning point, but before that happens, you are going to be facing the faithlessness, discouragement, insecurity, and despair. Now, this is not your energy. This is somebody else's energy. Vivaciousness, independent, funny, confident, from the Queen of Wands. Somebody is most likely going to be coming into your experience, going to be helping you with changing up the alchemic practices. So infinity, destiny, magic. There is somebody that's going to be coming in. Let me see. They're going to be bringing quite a bit of energy to break up the what do you call that? What is that? The energy between two people. Yeah. There's someone toxic within the life and within your life. And there is going to be a bit of a kind of a breakup, you could say. You're going to go one way, they're going to go another. Check again. Interesting. Check again.
She's asking toxic for her or her sister.
Both. Somebody that you both know, somebody that is really close to both of you. The one that's going to be intervening would be a Galactic Federation member. Galactic Federation. Yeah, it's somebody that you both know. I don't know if it's related to though. But they have a bit of the tendency of being reckless, violent, show off, and abusive.
Are you done?
Yeah, just know that near August, September, you're going to have some news.
Congratulations, you're pregnant. That's news. Okay, so someone asked, what about thinning hair? I just had a small episode of where hair was falling out. My hair was getting thin and dry and brittle again. And so I want you to think about, like a plant, maybe a rose bush. When it's loaded with aphids, what are the aphids doing? They're sucking the life out of the rose bush. What sucks the life out of us? We've got parasites, we've got bacteria, we have toxins, and all of that causes issues. Now, remember when I had the crisis with my liver, gallbladder, right side area? That's when I saw a shift in my whole body, and my hair got dry again and brittle, and it was falling out. So when there are areas in our body that are not well, that affects like the hair. So be thinking about what is it that you are doing or aren't doing or need to do or stop doing. Okay, so stop doing would be check the chemicals and everything you use for your body and the things you eat and drink. Try to go natural. Try to stay as pure as you can. Do you have symptoms of things going on inside your body? I told Kidd, he goes, Mom, I'm not losing weight like I should be. And I said, are you taking the liver and kidney cleanser herbs? And he goes, not really. I said, so what happens when your liver gets so full? What does it do? He says it starts putting things in the fat cells. Exactly. What else? It puts things in the skin. Exactly. You've had a couple zits, right?
Me? Are you talking to me?
So-
Moi? Get zits? Yes, of course.
Look at what's happening. Look at all of your symptoms. Look at what, like for instance, I found out when your poop floats, that is a sign of gallbladder. Maybe liver too. But you could look at all aspects. Is there a smell to your urine? What does that mean? Is there patches on your skin? Is there ailments that you're feeling? So that will help you figure out what you need to do, because it's not about looking at and treating pieces of our body. We're a whole thing. If a rose bush has bugs and it's eating it and sucking the life out of it, how healthy is your soil? Now, our rose bushes were just like almost picked clean by some chickens that got out of our coop. And that caused some shock. And so that's going to affect the health of the plant, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be the soil. So just take everything into consideration, and that's where you begin when you want to see your whole body become whole and everything working the way it should. Maria says, as soon as I began taking an all-natural iron tonic, that sorted out my hair loss. That's pretty cool.
I think you all day long.
Yeah, Lee, right?
It's weird. I've been saying lately while I'm driving 00001000001000001. And it's weird how the energies are moving while you're driving. People are getting out of your way and just moving and just, whatever that's there. And to answer your question, Maria, I'm not getting any answer for that last question that you had.
So I got myself through that crisis, and things are starting to improve. I was out doing gardening today, and it wasn't too difficult. Here's another thing. Before the crisis happened, I was out digging up plants and moving them and doing things around the yard. And by the time I came in, within a couple of hours, I was literally shaking. That's not normal for me, to feel like my body's gonna pass out because I strained it a little bit. So that should have been a huge sign for me to start exploring what's going on. And I didn't. I waited until it was a crisis.
The health crisis.
But my hair was starting to really, but look at this. Look at the new hair coming in. You see all that?
Do you see my new hair? I got nothing.
No new hair yet. All right. So we're going to go. Time to go. Time to go make some tomato soup.
Yeah.
I want tomato soup.
And I need to go spray some neem oil on plants. That might help with that
Mold? The fungus? Yeah. Yeah. I hope so.
I hope so too. Okay. Well, we love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Just know that everything is going to be working out in your favor and things are in the process of moving. And remember, financial stability is right around the corner. So just hold on tight. We are on the roller coaster ride of getting to the end where the ending credits are going to fly. Oh, that's the thing that we wanted to share, right? Was the ending credits, or did we share that last week?
I don't think we did. Go ahead.
The ending credits.
EBS.
Oh, yes. So the EBS, that's not going to happen until the end of the movie. Because think about the movie. Who leaves at the end of the movie? Everybody that is not distracted. Same thing with us. We are going to be the not distracted while the ending credits roll of the EBS and everything starts playing. All the videos of whatever's happened and everyone gets to choose what they're going to watch. That's when we are going to go into our, what do you call that? RV meetings. Mm-hmm. And that's when it's going to start all playing out. And it's not going to go the way that we think it is. Of course, everybody says it's going to be one way, but it's going to be a whole completely different way. So
it always is.
Just be ready. Have all your paperwork ready. Have everything ready, just in case. But I really doubt you're going to need it. Because everything's already written in stone. Everything's already written where your intention has already lied. They're going to read your intention more than they're going to read what's out on paper, because what's on paper is not really true. It's whatever that your energy has written in stone. More and more people are waking up. Yep. So I believe personally we are going to walk into a building and they're going to read our personal energies one by one while we're in the waiting room, most likely, or walking through a door or something like that. And then we're going to meet somebody and they're going to give us all the instructions of what we need to do. And then they're going to give us a choice. And I believe that choice is, would you like to stay or would you like to go onto the ships? That's what I think. I'm going to go onto the ships. Screw that. I want to go see those ships.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that too. Stymie. Yeah. On our dime. Mm-hmm. Of course they have been.
Mm-hmm. Things are going to change. Things are changing. And it's going to be amazing. I think, oh yeah, what didn't the stars say that the financial system is going to change to world's finances, not a world finance?
They did say that.
Because what we have now is a world finance when we need to go into a world's.
So think universal.
Think universal, where our currency will be able to be used outside of this world on all the other planets.
Oh.
We have to think bigger because we're always thinking so small. Oh, money just here. No. Bitch. Bigger. Bigger. World's currency. That's why that they called it credits in Star Trek. Or was it Star Wars? Both.
I think both. Yeah.
There was something that was used in all worlds, and there was many different types. So.
You can't believe us when we say we're going to go. We always spend another 20 minutes talking before we go. Oh, that's just the timer countdown. You guys are so welcome. We love you so much.
Yes, we did.
And Sarah says, well, if you're going, me too. You're here, right?
It's going to be fun. We're going to have, that party is going to be amazing.
We all want to be where Kidd's going.
We're going to go drink some Goopa Loopa acid stuff.
That does not sound appetizing.
What? Well, just watch. It's a real thing. Remember when you talked about it on your live? Well, here's your Goopa Loopa acid stuff.
Really, Stymie? What's the movie called?
Ooh.
Oh, Vril?
Vril? I think I might have heard about that.
That's
The
nasty.
Vril.
Oh, yeah, the ships have been here for quite a while, huh?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yes, they have.
Movie has 2 dates in California.
So that means it's already released?
I don't know.
The Vril. The Vril. There's a book. Coming Race. Headache.
Yeah, time to go, right? Okay. Love you all.
Love you guys.
Hey.
Something just attacked me. That was